Yes, welcome. I'm going to introduce these guys one by one today, man. We've got pretty much the full crew, man. So look, because these guys are now need an introduction and becoming celebs now. So first and foremost, without further ado, boom, we're going to come to my man, Lex. What's happening, Lex? How you doing, sir? You good?
Yes, all good, all chilling, man. Looking forward to Saturday's game, but yeah, all good. Not
Ready
too
to
bad.
talk about my man, Nicholas Pepe.
Yes,
Yeah,
ready to drop that heat today.
wicked. And also, James, what's happening? Give you the
Good, bro.
what's happening,
What's
man?
good?
You good? It's been a
Yeah, man.
minute,
How are
huh?
you? Yeah, it's been a while. I've been ill, been sorting some stuff out, got a new job and that kind of stuff. So I'm back. I'm ready to go. So yeah, man,
Making
ready
those
to drop
moves.
heat on Nicholas Pepe, and yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. How was San Marino?
Yeah, man, it was all right. It was a nice trip, easy game.
What you got?
Zero goals conceded. Got my debut as well. Pretty decent.
Love that, man. You was what the +1 in the crowd, man. Flipping it, man. He's like
Yeah,
a
pretty
proper
much.
spectator.
Yeah, man.
Excellent.
I was chatting to some of the San Marino birds as well. Nah, but it was.
Got a king. What's happening, man? Oh boy, a proper guns. What's it? The Armoury celeb boy. Listen, your TikToks are getting wilder. People now are absolutely scared of you, man. What's happening, man? You good? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. All good. Just yeah, it should be a good show. Been really busy. Yeah, just with a new job as well, and yeah, just working on other things. Show's going to be back tomorrow, guys. We're doing a preview show of the Liverpool game. I've got a few special guests coming on, some Liverpool fans.
Big things,
man. Should all be fun and games. So yeah, don't miss that as well.
Excellent. And our tactical guru, the Guru Gumza. What's happening, my brother? What's going on, sir? You're on mute, by the way. You're still.
Do you know the funny thing is, you said I'm on mute and I'm still talking. I'm saying my bad, like you could hear me, but yeah, I'm all good. How you keeping?
It's
Everyone
live.
right? Yeah,
It's live.
It's always gonna go wrong when it's live, but I'm all good. Like
I tell you what, I can't wait to the breakdown on Monday following the Liverpool game.
Hopefully, it's a positive one. Hopefully, it's a positive one.
Let's hope.
Definitely.
Now that we're all on, we're all here. Here's the whole crew. We're talking about our man Nicholas Pepe. Wow, this guy has divided pure opinions with our fan base, right? And the thing is, there's no twist in getting it twisted. I'm pretty sure 100% of us were 100% excited when it came out that we was actually going in for him for real. We was going to sign this player, and he came because we was crying out for a wild player at the time. I think at the time we had Alex Iwobi. Who else did we have wide playing? There was hardly anyone else. It was just
like Mkhitaryan was around. I think Mkhitaryan left that same summer. Abba was playing a lot on the left as well.
Yeah, but we never had
Lacquer up top. So yeah,
that's the thing. We never had the kind of depth of talent we have now in those areas. So my thing is, okay, look, I'm going to start off by saying, right, I feel a little bit sorry for him, right? And the reason why I feel a little bit sorry for him, because when he came in, there was so much pressure on this kid's head. He was 24 at the time when he came to us. Huge fee, 72 million, smashed our record. And the thing is, it's like we had no wingers, and we was crying out for a winger in that team. He come in, everyone was expecting him to do the thing or whatever, and be this guy who's gonna chip in with pure goals, and it never really kind of worked out for him in the first half of the season. So I'm gonna start off with you, Gums and man. What you do you concur, or just kind of like say, nah, that's it? We should be selling this guy. He's not really someone now that he's had too many chances, cut losses, and the fee I'm looking at 25 mil. That's not like cheap. That's a giveaway, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm mixed. If in all honesty, I do feel sorry for the kid. I think it's a lot of there was a lot of pressure heaped on him, like you said, coming in as the record signing. His goal record that season in France was ridiculous, and even in Europe he was doing well. So I think we all expected him to come in and be our version of like a Mo Salah or someone like that, and he just hasn't really lived up to it. He's still, I think, one of our better finishers in the team. There's no doubt about it, but I just don't think he does enough during 90 minutes. With that being said, I wouldn't actively force him out the door, but if a bid come in upwards of 30, I would take it. I'm not too sure how long he's got left on his contract. I'm presuming he's probably got about 2 years left, maybe 3 at a push.
Yes.
So if we went with 2 years, or it could be a year and a half almost, or 2.5. Again, I'll just be worried we end up in that same territory we've been in too often, where a player's only got 18 months left. Now bids are coming in at 10, 15 mil. So we hold on, then he leaves on a free. It's like, actually, sometimes you've got to cut your losses early, kind of get him out and then restart. There is a vast amount of wide players out there, more than we probably even know, because again, we're not scouts. We only see what we see. So again, a Nuno Tavares comes in for 6 mil and just takes the league by storm. And we've been looking at that winger for Sporting Lisbon for a few years. So do you know what I mean? There's probably other options out there who would do a better job in the Prem than Pepe. It's not saying they're better players than Pepe, but they may be more suited to the Premier League and where Arsenal are at as a team. If I was actively trying to sell, I would be trying to get him up to Newcastle, because I think there you would command a good fee. And that's the kind of player they need to kind of kickstart their revolution. It's like they need that middle tier player, not being disrespectful, but
that would be bad. Them have Maximin one wing and Pepe on the next. Ooh.
And then Almiron, that's some real pace in that front three. But that's the kind of team or you would want to come in for him, the team that would pay maybe over what he's worth at the moment, so you can recoup a bit of money back on him. Because I think everywhere else is kind of struggling for money. If he goes to Spain or Italy, they're not flush with cash. So you'd almost want him to go to a Prem team to get the value. But however, you don't want him to come back and haunt you, because he has got that ability to do that. So
he's young enough to do that.
Yeah. He's definitely got ability. There's no doubt in it. But I just think for where Arsenal are, I just don't think you see the best of him. If he was in a more attacking team team that's, do you know what I mean, at their peak at the moment, so City or Liverpool, he probably would put up double the numbers, because he can finish. Like, you put him in them areas, he's lethal. But
he is.
I just don't think we get him into that area enough. So it's a bit not just his fault. I think it's where the team's at. It's probably just the wrong time for him. Where someone like Saha is probably a bit more industrious, because he plays for a lesser team, so he's used to having to battle for 90 minutes and then do his magic at the same time, whereas Pepe probably just wants to do the last bit where we're not there yet, in order to just get him to do that. So anyway, I've been going on too long, but that's I would sell.
Listen, it's all food for thought, boy, and it's all about your argument and stuff, and this is what it's about. It's a discussion. You're putting your points across. I just want to welcome Omondi Juma from the Man United agenda. How you doing, sir? He's already had his say on the Pepe debate, saying that we should sell if we get a good price for him, and he's no longer first team, which is true. However, form, there is that thing called form. It has been known for Pepe to come good. Every season he's been with us, it's at the latter end of the season he's come good. Something to think about. I don't know. So right now, where his stock is quite low, why not keep him until the summer? I don't know. But hey, listen, another one from on Monday. After recent form versus teams off form, be interesting to see how you fare versus Liverpool. That would be a big test. That would be a big test for sure. I like this one here. We've got John Barnes here. He's obviously still singing his song. You can move slow or fast, but you must get to the line. I don't know. Anyway, he was saying, John, I know, do you know what I mean? The Armoury and everything, we've come, far. John Barnes representing there. Is Pepe going to get any better? I say no, but look, he's what, 26?
Yeah.
So he's hitting his prime now, isn't he? God, blimey. Money's having a field day here. It must be some kind of like Man United.
We're in his head,
man.
man.
You know what I mean? Poor side.
We're in his head. I've been winding him off all week.
Yeah,
He's
look,
loving
man,
it.
we're getting trolled by Man United here. What's going on? Rebel the Man United agenda.
These lot forget themselves, man.
What's happening? What's happening? Look at this. Pepe Le Pew been stinking at you. Gee whiz.
Just remember, yeah, Ollie's at the wheel and United are back.
Exactly.
Just don't forget that.
I just ask, please subscribe and smash those likes. From Big Dogs here, Mkhitaryan. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Mkhitaryan, Alex Iwobi. We've come, that was 3 years ago? We've come quite a way since then, man, because, that was dire. Wow, I'm just thinking of that. Mkhitaryan and Iwobi, man. Those guys are playing week in, week out. Sheesh.
Different times.
So, Lex, I'm going to come to you, bruh. So, we're talking, obviously, Pepe. So, would you cash in on him? There's talk also about us going for Kulusevski from Juventus. And would that be something that, I don't know, have you seen enough of Kulusevski? And would it be something like you'd cash in on Pepe, get this guy in, and see what he's done, what he can do? Or would you kind of stick with Pepe?
Well, to be honest, I haven't seen too much of him. But it's a difficult one. Because when he first came to Arsenal, apart from his price tag and breaking the transfer record, there was all that big hype around, especially you had other teams trying to go for him, like Napoli, and I think was it United as well.
There was talk of Liverpool as well at the time.
Liverpool and all that, and you're thinking, all right, Raul's gone in there, flew in there, done his thing. You're thinking, all right, this is a start now. We've got a new manager, everything. So I'm thinking, cool. There was Sahar as well. I kind of would have preferred Sahar. I know Armoury always said that he wanted Sahar, but at the same time, I'm thinking, I can see where we're going. We've got a younger player in, talented, definitely got the ability. He's ripped up the French league. Let's see what he can do. And it hasn't quite been like that since he's joined, unfortunately. There's no doubt he's got talent. He's got talent. When you compare him to other players.
What's gone wrong?
What's gone wrong?
Why are we talking about selling him? What's gone wrong?
To be honest, it's just like when you talk about what we had, Mkhitaryan and Iwobi and everything. Pepe obviously is a step up from them, but when you compare it to likes of like Sahar, the difference is that if you had someone like Sahar, it's like you got to double up on him. Do you know what I mean? Like with Pepe, when he's got the ball, it's almost like it slows the game down. I don't know if he doesn't fit with the Arteta team or what it is, but it's not the same impact as another winger that will come in direct. And that's what we're missing. We haven't got dribblers in the team as we used to. So we want someone that's kind of more direct, it's got the dribbling, and it's going to scare teams. And
so what are you saying? You're saying that we should actually cash in him? And what would be a good price for you if we sell him?
Oh, it's difficult. Obviously,
Would you sell him now and as early as January or summer?
Nah, I wouldn't sell him now. Especially what you said. Last season, towards the back end of last season, that's when he started chipping in a little bit more goals and assists. I think he got 16 goals. I don't know how many assists he got, but 16 goals in all competitions, which is it's not a bad return. I mean, if you're talking about stats compared to like Saka, it's better. But then we all know if you're going to ask a question, who's going to start a game, Saka or Pepe, you're going to obviously say Saka on the form that he is.
But look at these stats. These stats ain't that bad.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad, but
James ain't having it. I know James ain't having it.
You got to wait till the end of the season. Give him another 6 months. Wait till the end of the season and see from there, because he's got 2 years left on his contract, and you don't want to be in the same situation as like the likes of Ozil and Sanchez. You don't want to be one and done, especially when you laid out 72 million. Would I take? The thing is, you got to try and recruit as much as you can. 25 million is a bit low at his age, you know, and he's I keep saying potential, but 25 million is a bit low, you know. If we kind of recruit as much as we can, because if you look at it, I know this is a big push out there, but if you look at the likes of Sterling, do you think 72 million can get you Sterling now?
Yeah.
The way he's on the bench.
I think
City might buy it at that. They might.
No chance. They'd want more than that.
You reckon?
Yeah. But they might buy it on that. But
English tax, man.
No, I think Pep would take 72.
Yeah, they take it.
He might buy on that. He might buy on that. And so if you look at that and you think, whoa, and I think Sterling is a better player than Grealish, to be honest. And so if we got someone like him in,
there's a good argument for that. I totally get what you're saying, Lex. I really do, and I think that's one that's good for. Look, the season what he had with France was unbelievable. Okay, and there's not an Arsenal fan seeing those YouTube reels of him smashing players at pace, going one way then the other, blah blah blah, slotting the ball in the back of the net. We're not thinking, oh my god, if we can, I know we're not going to be able to afford him, we won't get him, blah blah blah. But when it actually happened, everyone was excited. Gums, I'm going to just quickly come to you because I know that you wanted to have a quick chat regarding is that James? He's gone. The stats basically regarding Pepe. So I'm going to pull these up again. So come and talk to me. What are you? How are you interpreting these stats? Because I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, this ain't bad.
You know, sorry, you know me already. I find stats frustrating because you can hide behind them, put up numbers, compare him with Saka, and be like, his numbers are better than Saka. But that's not a true reflection of the games. And again, I could be Saka, just say I beat 4 players. Put it across the box for Pepe. He now touches it off for Aubameyang to finish. He gets the assist for it, but Saka's done all the hard work. Yeah. So I think these things can be very misleading because you get someone like Jorginho or Pirlo who can go through a season with no assist, but they've orchestrated the whole, season. They've done everything, dictated the play, got on the ball, got your team ticking, get you out of trouble. But their assist and goals are probably like 1 assist because they're so deep. But they're influential to how you play. Xavi is very similar. So I get you do need to have goals and assists in your game, but equally, I don't think that's the be all and end all. And I think we need to sometimes look past the stats. And I think it's like it's very new. I think when I used to watch football years ago, I know it's different now, but when I'm watching Ronaldinho, I wasn't interested in how many goals and assists he got in that game. I'm just watching a player who's unbelievable. And sometimes you look back at them players who I used to rate highly and think that's all their numbers were. Like Zidane's numbers weren't great, but when you watched them, you knew that at any moment they could do something special. And whether it's the assist, the pre-assist, or the goal, they're involved somewhere down the line. I just don't get that enough with Pepe. If I'm honest, it's just through 90. He just doesn't do enough. So that's just my thing on the stats.
That's fair enough. I mean, everyone can get seduced by the stats. But James, I'm going to come to you. Actually, just before I do come to you, James, we just got quite a few comments. I'm just going to reel off some of them. Mr. Fox is in the house. Yo, my G's, what's happening? Boots, bless, bro. I hope everything at home is all good. It's good to see that you're viewing us, and I hope everything goes well for you. When I see the YouTube reel of Pepe, I thought we was getting Pele. Oh man, that's so far from Pele, man. Flip's sake. Mr. Silver Fox, 25 mil should be flattering. Man, that his face is saying it all there, actually. He doesn't mean that, man. He's big dogs, Pepe would be class under a better manager. I believe that. You know what? In Liverpool, it feels like Liverpool, Man City, I think he'd be pulling up some serious stats for you and looking good. Big doors again. A lot that we've been using has to be it for me. Yeah, that's true. Listen, those guys that are playing right now have to play. The team doesn't change, I think, on Saturday. If there is one change to happen, it will just be the question, who starts for me? Would it be Lokonga, or would it be Maitland-Niles if Partey's fit? But everyone else, I believe, in my personally, that team picks itself. I'd even have Tierney as sub. Okay. There's no dissent there. I like that. Okay.
We were going to say that for Thursday. I'm not going to lie. Let's say that for Thursday.
Literally about to ask that question as well. Yeah.
On Monday, to be fair, your research, we know, bruh. We know. You know, compared to yours, sheesh, you guys are in trouble. But I heard you lot might be getting Zidane. If that happens, that might be a whole different ball game. But
they did only pay 42 million for Champions League Varane though, and we overpaid for Ben White. Just putting it out there.
Just putting
it out there. You know, like we overpaid for this brother. I don't even know where this 50 million went. You know, like I hope we kept receipts. Yeah, because it's not looking good, is it?
Wicked. So look, actually, just a quick one. Actually, I saw my cousin Lee at the weekend last week, right? You know, and he had a quick chat with me. So I'm going to throw this out quickly. And he was telling me about his time when he was playing for England under 21s, but not under 21s, the schoolboys, etc. And went to Brazil. They played against Brazil, and they lost 4-1. Guess who scored a hat trick? Put little pop quiz. Considering Lee is 40
against Brazil,
yeah.
Hat trick.
R9.
Close.
Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What a player.
He was the man, wasn't he?
I said to myself, what the hell? He goes, Trev, listen, they were coming from everywhere. I don't know what was happening. We was playing a 3-5-2. We normally played a 4-4-2, but we played a 3-5-2, and they were just coming from everywhere. And his coach was saying, Canaville, who are you marking? He goes, I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, James, Pepe. What we saying, man? Because I wait a minute. Have you frozen? Because I know you're looking at me like that. We'll come to that. That's going to be clipped by Tony, boys.
I don't think he cared very much for the question. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he must want Pepe out that bad, you know. But,
Here we go. James, are you back? You're back. We're back.
Yeah. My internet's been a bit sporadic. Apologies.
Okay. So, 1 second. Oh my gosh. Right. Pepe, James. I mean, I know you're not his biggest fan, but he has been. Listen, the back end of last season. Did you think, okay, finally he's coming through? No, you wasn't. You was dumb.
No, man. I hate that. This is the thing, right? There's a player there. He's just so inconsistent for me, and I'd rather have a player that is consistently dropping 6 out of 10s every game instead of having a player that out of 5 games is going to drop a 10 out of 10 one game and then a 4 out of 10 the rest of the other 4. I want consistency. We have that now within the team. And he doesn't offer that consistency. Plus, whenever we do play him, it seems like we're forcing him in the system, and the position he plays is shifting Saka out into a less position for him. Like, he doesn't offer as much when he's not playing right wing. Like, he offers a lot wherever he plays, right? But superiority is where he is on the right wing. So, I don't know, man. Like, you give me 30 mil, I'm taking it every day. Like, that's my opinion. Like, the sooner we can get a decision made on him, the better. Like, I don't know.
What would you do? Would you actually sell him?
Yeah.
In Jan?
Yeah.
As soon as?
Yeah. Bin him, bro. Like, he's done. Like, I think he's a player, but just not for Arsenal, man. I don't know.
Wow.
He's the one player I have in this team where I'm so set on him not being the right fit for our club. Maybe
even before El Neni.
Yeah, I still think El Neni offers more for his position than Pepe does, like more consistently. I just do. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know. But I just, what you're getting with El Neni. Like, he's just going to secure up your back line and he's going to pass sideways for someone else to distribute the ball, right? With Pepe, you don't really know what you're getting. One day he's going to score a 40-yard screamer, and then he's going to take on 5 players, and then the next 4 games he's going to offer nothing in build up and then just lose the ball. Like, he just doesn't. He's not a bad player, and I'm not slating him as a player. He just doesn't fit within where we're going, and that's the bigger picture here. What I'm looking at is, if you ask me now, within a year's time, is Pepe going to be pulling up trees and starting over Bukayo Saka? I'm going to say no, like 99% of the time, because I just haven't seen.
No, but the same token, though, you'd have a Jose Antonio Reyes in your squad, knowing that he can do something, even if Ljungberg or Perez, are going to be your starters. Do you know what I'm saying? But you still have
value of money you can get. That's what I'm saying. There's better players out there for what you can get for him. There just is.
I just think that maybe we I'm not going to say we're being too hasty, but it is a squad game, and at the end of the day, it's a case of what if one of those two gets injured? You can't even, and Martinelli, you can't really rely on him in terms of his injury, his fitness record. You can't really rely on him. I can't remember when Pepe's been injured, to be honest, if he has been injured. And in terms of, he's always been kind of, available. And he does. I know consistency is an issue for him, but as a squad player, I think he's someone that we should keep, especially if we want to push for top 4, and especially if we actually do make the Champions League. We're gonna need a squad because to replace a player like
Okay, let me rephrase it then. I would, if you're going to spin that and you want to challenge for top 4, fine, keep him, but bin him in summer. Like, we don't need him past the summer transfer window. We just don't. Like, he's got 2 years left, and it's going to be the same scenario with Alba and Laka, right? He's got 2 years left in the summer. What do we do? Do we keep him and give him a better contract for him to sit on the bench and cost us 72 million in the transfer fee and wages? Or do we get rid of it and reinvest in someone that's younger and higher potential and can offer the system that Arteta plays so much more than he can? Like, you give me 30 million and I spend 35, 40 million and go to Watford and take Sarr. Are you going to be disappointed with that?
Sarr, Ismail
Sarr.
Sarr.
Sarr. Yeah, you're not going to be upset about that, are you?
Like, I don't know. I think he was too easy to play against when he played against us.
Okay, well, another target then for that similar cost. I'm just throwing out names.
Yeah.
Pedro Neto, for example, who I want to Anthony Di those players for the fee that you're asking, right? Again, I'm not trying to belittle Pepe because
the fees are what they are right now, right? Because of COVID, right? Yeah.
But he's just, for the longevity of where we want to be, I myself don't want to see a £72 million signing sat on the bench. Like, we're not Chelsea, we can't afford to do that. Like, we just don't have the owner to bankroll our squad. So we have limited funds anyway, from what we can see. And if we do need to resell, he's in my eyes, the one asset that is worth the most that we can potentially sell to regenerate funds. So for me, the writing's on the wall. It's either January or next summer that he's got to be moved on.
Actually, yeah. I mean, I totally get it. I mean, it would be, there is talk of us getting in another winger in January, whether or not that is to kind of fulfill or to take Pepe's place come January, because he won't be around anyway. That might be then, obviously, we might have that already in place. King, sir, where do you sit with Pepe? I mean, listen, for me, man, I know he divides all kind of fans and everything, but he does things that I think no other player in our squad can do. Do you know what I mean? His dead balls, his free kicks, the way he does actually drag 2 players. He does get doubled up on. And if he can work on that, where he's able then to transition the ball over quickly to force an overload, that kind of thing's got to be good for us, right? I mean, would we not keep him then still for the rest of the season? Or if not more, even renew his contract so then we keep the value of him?
I think he also, just to clear it up, at the end of this season, he will still have 2 years on his contract.
Okay.
So it's not ideal, but I would keep him until the end of the season. The reason being, first and foremost, ESR and Saka, in terms of their bodies, at the age they're at, ESR in particular didn't have the greatest injury record at youth level.
Yeah.
I think it really is too much to like just play them every game. Even though we've only got one game a week, you've got these domestic cup games. The last 4 or 5 home games I've been to, it really drums home how much they get attacked. They get booted. Like they like a shift for those guys is just like the defenders look at them, know they're not getting near them, and just they're just taking one for the team like it's open season on these 2 players.
Yeah.
So
even yesterday against San Marino, you see Saka and Smith both getting like hit hard. I was like, oh, I was wincing.
This is it. And I just think, to bring it into context, another issue, I think we do need to strengthen in January. And if I was to put in rank file how and where I need to strengthen, the very first thing I'm doing is getting a striker, like before anything. Like Aubameyang, his age, 32, 33. I mean, you know, he's been playing better this season. I think the Watford game showed that, you know, in spite of that, we need to, like, Maturin is realizing that Aubameyang isn't the striker he used to be. He's not the striker of old. Yeah, you've then got Lacazette, whose contract expires in the summer, you know, who's playing at the moment. Are we going to renew his contract? Are we not? I don't know. We've got Eddie Nketiah, whose contract ends at the end of the season. Balogun, we tried in the first few games. Maybe it was a bit soon for him. Yeah. Then you've got Martinelli, who's not really been playing up front when he has been playing. He's been playing in a wide area, and his injury record hasn't been great either. The number of goals we scored, 13. I know that we had tough games to begin with, and that Lacazette and Aubameyang weren't there, but I still think that we have a problem scoring goals. Where I thought last season that we need, like, that it was a system issue, I've not watched these past couple of games and felt that we haven't created chances or dominated possession. We've not been clinical enough. You know, like, now I am starting to think that is an issue we must address. Like, all the teams above us, even the ones in and around us, have got a striker of some pedigree. You know, like, you know, with I just think at the moment, I want to see us go big in January for a striker. You know, the likes of Isak, I like those links. Vlahovic, we've been linked with. I like those links. Jovic at Real Madrid, talks that we can get him on loan with an option to buy. Maybe if we do that and that leaves money to then get a winger as well, then do it. What I don't want us doing, right, is in these attacking areas, I don't want to scrape in the barrel and just go in, well, it's January, we've only got 20 or 30 mil, he'll do. I would rather we waited, like, took the season, took stock with Pepe, see if, as you said, his form does come better or tend to come better towards the business end of the season. He'll still have 2 years left at the end. Give him that time. I think the run in the end of last season earned him at least another season. Yeah, you know, I agree. And I also think as well, you know, like, the start of this season where he was given a few games where Saka was being rested because he was back from the Euros, you know, like, where we were missing Partey, we were missing Gabriel, we were missing, you know, a lot of players. You know, we've then eventually missed Xhaka as well. I just don't think he was playing with the best team. And, yeah, he had a few stinkers, but then he just got dragged.
The whole team had stinkers, basically.
You know, like,
there were 3 bad results.
Yeah, like, I think it was more an issue of the whole team, you know, that wasn't... Yeah. I mean, no goals, no wins in September. You know, Chelsea and Man City, fair enough, but Brentford, man, you know, that wasn't just Pepe. That wasn't on Pepe. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was a collective thing. So I think really the best thing that we can do the second area that I think beyond a striker that's a priority is a central midfielder. Partey, again, is showing niggling injuries could be an issue. El Neni, is he good enough? Ainsley Maitland-Niles had a good game against Watford, but I still think the jury's out. He's got to go and do that for 5 or 6 games before I'm thinking he can be called on. Sambi, he's just come in and he's being cast to the wolves at the moment. Do you know what I mean? I guess the plan was that no matter what, at least Xhaka or Partey would be fit. Now Xhaka's got injured as well. How fit is he going to be come January when they're saying he's going to be back? So I think that's position number 2, as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking at those positions before I'm even thinking about a winger right now. And I think those are must-fill positions in January, because the opportunities that the likes of Leicester and United and all of these other top 4 and big 6 clubs are giving us at the moment, we've got a free ride. We got a free shot here. Yeah, if United keep Ollie at the wheel and if they keep performing how they're performing, Leicester have got Chelsea next.
Yeah.
So they're the teams that finish above us the last 2 seasons. West Ham have got tough fixtures coming up, including us on the 15th of December. I just think January we've got to be almost as ambitious as we would be in a summer window for those two positions specifically.
Because then to keep Pepe, then to keep our squad strong in case any accidents, injuries, suspensions, all of that happens.
I don't look at creativity from wide areas and see that as a bigger problem than central midfield when Partey's out, when Xhaka's out.
Interesting.
I don't see it. I don't see that. And up front as well is a similar thing. Yes, okay, a winger can help create for a striker, but I think Aubameyang's got some goals, but I think if you look at his games as well, I think what Gums has been saying about Pepe applies to him as well. If that score sheet's not there for him, is he there for 90? And I just think Smith Rowe's he's starting to chip in goals now, and Saka can as well. I believe that. We need a striker that can bring those guys into play. Oba's never going to be a back to goal, kind of link up striker.
Let's keep it all things Pepe. Let's keep it all things Pepe because
no, but it does. I know what you're saying. It's all kind of all links. I don't see how anyone can look at our team and think replacing Pepe is a bigger problem than a striker and a central midfielder in January.
Well, I think the question will kind of come about really because it's been mooted a lot. Is that there's been a lot of stories about us about saying that we'd accept X amount or whatever. And I guess really and truly the question that we're asking today is is he expendable? Is he someone that we should actually be looking to sell? Should we actually extend his contract, give him another chance, give him another a 2-year extension maybe? Or should we just cut our losses now? As James said, really, and just kind of, do you know what? The experiment didn't work.
I do want to add a caveat to my stance, though. If an offer came in that was for me, it would have to be 40, 50 before I'm even considering it. This 25 million stuff, look, you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Do you know what I mean? People literally talk about, we can just throw away players that haven't been good enough. Yeah, what happens when the next team wants to buy your player?
Yeah,
and the next team,
I get that.
And the next team, and the next team. Yeah, I don't think it's as simple. I think selling him at 25 million also comes.
That's nothing. It was still 2 years to go on his contract. That's nothing. So guys, I'm just going to rattle through some of these comments. Nice one, King, as ever, in-depth analysis there and food for thought. Jeez, man, flipping it. We got loads here. So look, here we go.
There's a lot of comments.
Raheem said it would be our Anders Limper. Who remembers Anders Limper? Anyone remember Anders Limper?
Yeah, man, I remember it.
James is like,
hey,
James,
my time.
Guy, the season where we went,
it scored some important goals for us,
Yeah, listen, that one where we only lost the one game.
Trust me.
That was nearly invincible. We nearly went invincible. It's only bloody Chelsea away, and Steve Ball got sent off that we lost. That game. Otherwise, that would have been invincible as well. That season, Anders Limper. Oh, absolutely.
He was unreal.
Unreal. Scored that great goal. Do you remember? I don't know, James, if you might have heard about it. The Old Trafford brawl, 22-man brawl. He scored the only goal in that game. Brilliant goal. Crazy. You had Saka and Reece Nelson decided to pay 70. Listen, I know, Gums, you like
hindsight's a wonderful thing, man. It really is. Yeah, like I don't think anyone expected Saka to show the promise that he
Saka's
did
come
so
on,
soon. Like.
Big time from at that point. He was nowhere near the first team at that point.
No. It's calm anyway. They spent 70 mil on a winger that sits on the bench and has no goal contribution. So
what is it? You remember the
but
things
that's
that
none of our business.
Yeah,
that's none of our business. Yeah.
I love that. It's 007, 0 goals, 0 assists, 7 games.
I know. He must be 0015 now or something.
However Pepe's career goes, whether he stays or whether he goes, just remember that in his first 10 games, he did more than Sancho in his first 13.
Wow.
And still counting.
Wow.
And still counting.
His transfer fee now must be to get him for a good 40 mil right now, isn't it?
And you probably get Donny in that as well.
Probably, exactly.
So you buy one, you get one free.
Fly KG, don't corrupt roll for listen, that guy, I don't know what he did, but that fee should never have been 72 million.
He got a lot of backhanders for that, man.
Yeah, seriously, he had to go. Pepe's a 20 mil play. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Here we go. Boots, what's happening? 1.1 million per goal if I would just split my team. I know it looks bad. I blame Foxy for that. He killed Pepe on that stat. Flip's sake.
One thing, do you think when Arsenal bidded £72 million for Pepe, they had it back in their head about the Hazard situation? Because I know we were kind of going there, but then Chelsea blew out the water with £30 million bids. So I wonder,
exactly
they must be thinking, look what Hazard did. If Pepe can do at least half of what Hazard did, you got a player. And
there was a lot of that.
Yeah.
The other thing as well that people leave out, is the structure of the deal. Equally divided payments over the lifetime of his contract. So it wasn't 72 million up front. My gripe is that's why the Kroenkes went with him over Zaha, because Palace wanted more money up front. And they were like, no, we're not doing that. Yeah. So the price there, the structure of the deal dictated what player we went for, and no one could tell me no different. And I'm not happy about that. But then again, the rationale of age being on his side relative to Zaha probably made it seem like he's got a bigger ceiling to grow into. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and look, he was ripping up the French league, bro. I think he got 22 goals in his last season.
I mean, this isn't a season where Maguire went for 8 million to Man United.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
Just, I don't know, man. It's just flip's sake. I
definitely think the system that Arteta plays isn't suited to him. I think it's more a system issue than him as a player. I definitely think in a City team or in Salah's role in Liverpool, as Gums has said, that's the sort of player he is. But those managers basically gear the whole system towards protecting them. You don't see Salah tracking back the way that Saka does. He's nowhere near as up and down as Saka is on that side. Mm-hmm. Same with Mane on the other side. Yeah, with Smith Rowe and that. Because they've got proper competent centre backs. You know, like you've got Fabinho that can drop in, that can cover either at centre back or right back when Trent and Salah are effectively camping forward. You know, like you look at Liverpool games, not only is Salah really far forward, but Trent is he's close to him to link with him, to link the play. That's the sort of system that Pepe needs to be in. And, you know, it's not the system that Arteta plays. You know, and I'm not saying that Arteta should rip up his playbook because what he's doing at the moment is working. But I just think a lot of people don't really consider that when they...
No. I think what Pepe needs to do, I would say, to save his Arsenal career is to adapt or fail. Basically, that's my thing. I'm just going to rattle out some of these comments because we've got loads. Mr. Silver Fox, now Pepe leave now. Bam. He's basically saying that he's supposed to be a big boy player, and he's got dead stats for a £72 million player. Flipping out. They ain't as dead as Jadon Sancho's. Eze or Pepe? Is it even a question?
Well, I mean, Eze's just taken a pretty bad injury that he's coming back from as well.
And this is what happens, isn't it, when he comes back from that? I have to say, if he comes back and he starts firing, Palace are going to be an absolute problem second half of the season. Flips.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Bilal Adan, you must know this guy. No? Flip's sake.
I think he might be one of my TikTok followers, you know.
Okay.
I think he might be, man.
Notorious Gunner boy. Flip's sake. United's second best signing has been Tom Heaton. Oh, damn. Listen, Gumsy, you just been done, mate. Change your thing.
Yeah, they've got me again. I don't know why they've always got this Paxton Road shite behind my screen. Like, my signal's cutting in and out. I thought, let me run downstairs quickly, but I can't even do it now because I can't have that Paxton Road on there again. But guys, you're gonna get a tour of my house quick because I'm not putting that backdrop up again. Walk with me. It's like this is wasn't through the keyhole or something right now, guys.
Yeah. Ribs, MTV. 1 minute.
Yeah, I wish.
And now the front room. Yeah, so listen, look, everyone's having a laugh now. Pennant flipping it. Hey, listen, he was a baller back in the day. Absolute baller. Cheeky loan bid for in Jan. Listen, if we ever went back for someone like Theo Walcott flipping it, actually, he's been talking to us quite a bit, actually. Saying how now we're actually looking like a team that everybody's starting to fear now. We're starting to get the fear factor back into the Arsenal, which is a good thing. And I've noticed that now because Watford didn't go for us like, I don't know, Watford probably would have done 6 to 7 months ago or last season. Boots, James looking like detective when you pause Charlie Wicked. Big dogs. Pepe's one of those players you wouldn't put in your FP. Oh, it's true, you know. You don't know, but it's a bit like, I don't know. Do you reckon that's the thing? Would St. Maximin be like Pepe in our team?
No.
You think St. Maximin would do more?
I think yeah. St. Maximin, like his dribble success is much higher.
Okay.
Yeah, like his ability to take on players is frightening.
And the pace as well.
It's
pace.
Yeah, and
Pepe's got pace as well. I think.
But I think with St. Maximin, he's got a bit more body strength as well, so he can like ride tackles a bit more. Like, you know, he's a bit more robust. You know, but I don't know. Pepe might have a yard or two of pace on him, and the tricks he's got, bro. His feet are different. They're different, man. I'd love to get St. Maximin.
Mate, he ain't even there anytime soon now.
No, not anymore. No,
not anymore. Look at Big Dogs. He's not a player for Arteta, not Arsenal. If we had a better manager, I'm knocking Mikel's new. It must be. I'm not
recent success.
Yeah,
I'm not
knocking recent success, but he's a mediocre coach.
You say that, but then Pepe's short as well. You can't just always blame the manager because it's working for Saka and Smith Rowe. And if you look, like, if you was to come into the season and say who's going to be better, Pepe or Saka or Smith Rowe, Pepe should be light years ahead of them guys there. So
it goes back to what I was saying though, as midfielders, like, they've been used to playing in systems where they have more defensive responsibilities, especially Smith Rowe, who also at youth level played a lot as an 8 as well as a 10. He played a lot as an 8 in our youth system, where it's like, look, you can't just let the midfield run through you. Whereas Pepe has always been a wing forward / striker who just doesn't defend. Like, you know, like just the culture, the age he was brought up in, those guys hug the touchline, stay wide. As I said, you know, the rest of the system is geared towards, like, Salah in our front three. He'd score, don't get me wrong, but we would, like, Tomiyasu would have a lot more work to do. You know, like, and I just think, yeah, like Saka and Smith Rowe, the thing about them is they're young and they've got that on their side where they can be up and down a lot more.
Yeah.
And where they've had to. Saka's played as a fullback. Do you know what I mean? So
but that also comes into desire as well. Regardless of what you've been brought up on, if a manager's telling you to run, you're either going to do it or you're not. And again, we have seen Pepe do that, and I don't think Pepe's work rate is what's in question here, because I've seen Pepe track back like a madman and do all sorts, and it shows he can do it. The first few months of his time at Arsenal, it was a culture shock of you've got to track back, and you actively heard Emery say he needs to work on that side. Arteta said it when he first came in, and then Arteta and Emery were both happy with his work rate. I think it's more of when he gets the ball in them areas there, he's light. So and this is where people talk about Pepe as a 9. I don't think people get the job of a 9. Do you know how hard it is to hold a ball up when you've got a big 6 foot centre back on your tail? It's almost impossible, and he would struggle.
At your Achilles.
Some games it might work for him.
Maybe not so much in a false 9 role though.
Yeah,
again,
it's easy to say that, but again, when you've got these big strikers and you're lonely up there, no one's supporting you. Like I've seen big strikers struggling.
The job that Lacazette does, no one else in the squad can do that. No one can do that. No one can hold the ball up like he can for us and bring other people into play. I'm just going to wrap through some of these comments. Don't waste a tweet. Hello, gentlemen. How you doing, sir? It's good to have you viewing us. Get the money for Pepe. If team can find a Sambi or Nuno, they can find a replacement for Pepe. Yeah, I mean, that's...
I like the look of that Lowen guy that we're looking at from Belgium.
Yeah.
Who does he play for? It's not Anderlecht as well, is it?
Is it Genk?
No, it's the other one.
Isn't it Genk?
Bruges. It's Bruges. It's either Bruges or Genk that he plays for. Yeah. We've been linked quite heavily to him. This Boa Lowen guy. I've watched some of his games as well. He looks decent.
Yeah,
he looks decent.
ESR and Saka can't give 90 every match. A top 14 wouldn't play them like Arsenal does. We need them 2 to 3 years from now, not today. And that's the thing, really, is that they're what, 21, 2021, and the numbers that they're pulling out, they're going to burn out soon enough. And that's maybe my argument might be to keep Pepe to the end of the season and then see what we can get for him. His stock might go. Everybody's mind might change come summer.
I think the 2 areas that I mentioned, striker and central midfielder in January, bed those in, and then in the summer, then
someone's agreeing with you there.
Look at what the squad needs from there, man.
He belongs in the MLS. Ooh, that's harsh. Flipping it, big dogs, boy, coming out with big guns there. Eddie's leaving. Why do we not send him to Palace? I think I'm not sure. I think Palace pulled the plug on that. I think it was all something that was looking to go ahead.
I think they were saying that asking price was too much. I think we wanted 20 million, and then Palace only wanted to spend like 14 or something.
Okay. Obviously, Mr. Silfox agreeing with you there, King. What Pepe's about. Eddie didn't want to take a pay cut, so he'd rather sit on the bench at Arsenal than play. Makes sense if he doesn't see that same salary from next team. Maybe. I know James has actually had to drop. Dogs, DCL is my first choice in terms of a January signing. I think there is a real player there with freak athleticism.
No.
That's obviously Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Anyone agree?
No.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it personally. I think someone who knows the league physically, he is a monster. So now you're helping out them strikers, the wingers, because he's a man who's going to take the hits. Yeah. Also, you don't even have to be. You don't have to be great at delivering a ball, because any half decent ball he could turn into a good ball, and that's what we don't have enough of. We have to be pinpoint a lot, where someone like him, anything half decent in the box, and he's causing a problem. So I think sometimes we're too quick to turn our nose at things because it's not what we like. But actually, there is probably a lot of pros for Calvert-Lewin. Not saying that's the first choice for me.
The profile I've got no problem with. So that profile of striker is different to any other profile of striker that we've got. He's got a bit of both. He's got a bit of Abba and Lacazette in him. I look at the Tottenham game last season, when we played them away. in the second half, we basically just, flooded their box with crosses. Yeah, no one got on the end of any of them. I'd like to go back to at least having some option where we do have a bit of aerial prowess and a bit more physical presence in the final third. I just think we need that. I think, I look at Vlahovic and he's him and Isak are those guys, man.
All three of them are big strikers.
With that comes a good level of technical ability as well. They're not just big lumps that you move the ball up to. These guys can get the ball on the ground and actually play football with it as well. So the profile's fine. I just think for Calvert-Lewin, for the money that you're going to get per pay, the English
as well.
I just think I'd rather go get Vlahovic. Yeah, and then have some more of that money to put on a quality midfielder as well.
Just going back to Pepe. DWTT has just said I think Pepe's 26 now, isn't he? He said I guess we could change that to 26. What 26-year-old is getting cut out by a 20 and a 21-year-old who would still have a future with the team? And it's true, really. I mean, if you're getting kind of ousted by two players who are 20 and 21, respectively, and you're supposed to be at your peak, and you're not playing at their level and they're not at their peak, there's a problem. The problem, I guess, what Arsenal are going to have is the fact that we might, we may.
Do you know what though? Who here thinks Saka and Smith Rowe are generational?
Do you know what?
Talents?
I watched them yesterday, right? And I've said to myself, these guys are looking so much more comfortable. They're like they belong right now in that kind of international, and even in the Premiership, they actually look like they belong now, and they're starting to be at that consistent, 7.58 level, performance level, every game in, game out. I wouldn't say they're generational, but they're at the high end of a very, very, very good talent. That's my take, and I wouldn't say the generation. I mean, when you talk generational, you talk about someone like that. Your R9s, your Zidans, your Pavel Nedveds. Those kind of players. Do you know what I mean? That's when you talk generational. Do you know what I'm saying? And that they're on levels.
That's levels.
Yeah, we're talking world class.
Just before we obviously I'm not sure if we're wrapping up soon, but my take on this whole debate as well. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay.
Say that again.
Can now.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry, my signal's doing a madness. But my whole take on this Pepe thing, it shouldn't even be Arsenal's decision. He needs to take it out of Arsenal hands. And when I say that, is if he's got anything about him, he shouldn't be happy sitting on that bench week in, week out. So he should be pushing for a move. And actually, if he's not pushing for a move, then that shows me he shouldn't be here, because if he's happy just sitting on the bench, he's not what we need.
No, do you know what I thought you was going to say?
Do
you know what I thought you was going to say? Right? I thought you was going to say, look, everyone around him, right, his agents, whatever, should be whispering in his ear to say, look, right now, Arsenal are actually now starting to kind of look like they're doing things, okay? And you can either be a part of this, right, where you knuckle down and put your finger out and pull out the performances that you're capable of, or, B, you give up and move on out.
Do you think it could be a personal thing, though? Because that, was it last season, there was that little thing about in the media saying that Arteta and Pepe is kind of falling out, especially after he kind of acted after that red card. So I don't know if it's that kind of lingers in there as well. I don't.
Yeah, do you know
field antics and?
Do you know? Oh, I'm going to say, Lex. I hear what you're saying. I think we look for them excuses for him, but I'm going to say I've watched Pepe all this season, and not once has he made me feel like how Maitland-Niles made me feel going into this match, and Tavares. Them two have given me a.
True. Yeah.
Does should we start Maitland-Niles or should we start Sambi Lokonga? Like Lokonga's done nothing wrong, but Maitland-Niles has put his name in the hat. Pepe's not giving me that this season. So as much as Smith Rowe and Saka, I think Smith Rowe's been the better. So there should be not calls for say should Saka be rested, but if you're gonna like rest one on the weekend, it would probably be Saka over Smith Rowe at the moment. And none of us are turning around saying Pepe deserves that opportunity to rest Saka. Like we're more talking Saka and Smith Rowe need to be rotated to help them so they don't burn out, rather than actually Pepe deserves minutes. So I think that's the big difference. I think he needs to, if he puts in a performance to make us say, actually, he's still there and actually he should be playing some games, I think that's where we need to get with him. And if he's not doing that, again, that's a reflection on him more than Arteta now, I think. I think kind of like last season, there was a lot of that talk. And I saw it with a lot of our players where you're thinking, are they playing for the gaffer? Are they happy there? The tactics
I think they all are now. I think they all want to be part of this now. They all want to start playing. They all want to be part of this team. It's a winning team. Who doesn't want to be part of a winning team? And I think it's showing. You just see it on the pitch, their way they are with each other. You even see it on the training ground. I know last year you see them all messing about. Whether it looked fake, it looked like they were playing for the cameras. Now it's just so natural. You see them. They're actually properly focused on that training pitch, and they look totally different. It looks so business-like now, and it's good to see.
If you was in his shoes, though, what would you be doing? Are you looking to move away again?
I would give it a shot. I'd want to work my way back into, because the thing is, the question is, okay, maybe I'd put the feelers out. What teams could come in for me, right? And if it's nowhere near as big as Arsenal, then let me give it a go. Let me give it another go to see if I can get into this team and contribute. Because at the end of the day, listen, a lot of players, when they leave Arsenal, what happens to their career? A lot of players go downhill. And do you know what the thing is? It's like, he's 26, and a lot of teams, he's probably 2 contracts away. He's only got 2 contracts basically left in him, effectively. Maybe one big move. Who knows? But I'm just going to get through a couple of, because I'm so rubbish with these comments, people. I'll apologize. I'm going to get through some of these. Boots, yes. And as one of Ian Wright's favorite players, Bear says pure assist were seriously decent player. I remember I first saw him in 1990 World Cup. That's how old I am. Flipping egg. Flip's sake, that's embarrassing. Jaden Parr, that's going back to, he must be what, 0015 right now. Big Dogs Ralstonelli was more than questionable. Flipping heck, the guy was an absolute crook. Big Dogs Cronkies are scum. Some of our fans are now cronky in this fan base. Pisses me off. This fan base pisses me off sometimes. I mean, I'm just gonna give you guys just a quick one on that. Really, I mean, to be fair, Josh has come out. It looks like he's the face of the Cronkies. He's the one pulling all the strings in terms for Arsenal, for KSE. It looks like his daddy's giving him his little toy. He's speaking well, but the thing is, everything's going right on the pitch. So as long as things go right on the pitch, there's not really much the owners are going to get, on the hook for, really, right? I mean.
They're not off the hook, though. They're not off the hook. I get what he's saying, because really being in the position we're in now was entirely avoidable. It was. I think, that it shouldn't have come to this. So, I think we do need to stay a bit grounded with how we view the Cronkies. It shouldn't just take a few good games to forget how we got here and their involvement in that. And also, I don't want to see them scrape top 4 and then just inject enough to remain a top 4 club. I want to see us
next level push.
Like we need to be pushing for league titles. We need to be getting this Champions League monkey off our shoulder. I'm getting tired of it. We need to be, even a Europa League. Do you know what I mean? Just some European pedigree,
Europa,
the last time I saw us win a European trophy was in '94. Yeah, and I think you consider all the other English teams that have won European trophies since then. Yeah, I mean, that's where my sights are set.
I know you're saying. I know you're saying.
So
He did
the
mention
Kroenkes
that,
have got a
though,
long
didn't
way
he?
to
He
go
said
to
that
get like only one of those things will do: a Premier League trophy or a Europa or a Champions League. Only these three things are in my mind. I'm not thinking about could we get top 4 this season and just remain a top 4 club.
Oh, I'm going to give it to
man.
you straight though, King. Right, I'm going to be
I
upset. Right, I know it's, we're kind of digressing from the whole Pepe thing, but I'm going to be upset if we don't get top 4 this year. I'll be upset. I'll give it to you straight. Personally, I think we've got. Obviously, it's going to need a lot of luck. We're going to need. What I mean by luck is, suspensions and injuries and stuff. So we're going to need a lot of luck on that front. However, with the team that we've got now and what they're doing, I actually can't wait. I'm not saying that we're going to beat Liverpool, but I'm not going there with any fear to say, oh my gosh, what's it going to be? Is it going to be 3s or 4s or whatever? I'm saying, do you know what? We can actually get a point out there. We really can. And I think our defense is so much more robust than it has been. I can't remember the last time we had a defense like this, to be honest, where I'm actually in the last minute with a 1-goal lead, sitting back and chilling.
You got to remember, though, this is by far because a lot of the new defenders, well, none of them played in the City and the Chelsea game. I don't think Ben White played.
Did Ben White play?
Yeah, Ben White played one of them, I think. He didn't play the other.
No, he had COVID. Remember?
Both he missed.
Yeah, he missed both of them, bro.
Gabriel was played the City game.
I think he played the City game.
No, he didn't.
Oh no,
because we had Holding.
Mari.
We had Holding.
No, he played the Brentford game.
He played Kolasinac as a centre back, and then he played
Holding.
I think he played Holding, Kolasinac, and someone. Ben White definitely weren't in that game. The only game Ben White played.
Mari.
Yeah, it was Mari. The only game that Ben White played was the game against Brentford. So this is by far the toughest game that they have played in. All those new players.
Yeah, Mari and Holding played against Chelsea.
Yeah, and they played against City as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So carrying on with some of these. Gumza, you're not high. I can still see it, bro.
So sorry.
Lots of shadow in the background.
I'm in the Love Dungeon now, so
yeah. Yes. Solo 7, the Man United agenda. How you doing, sir? Sell Pepe, he says. It was only because Dave won him, probably. Let me know. Put up better numbers than Sancho, right? Yes, my guys. Big respect to you, bro. It's good to see that you're watching and you're tuned in. Big dogs, yes. Yeah, I meant to say not. Yeah, I know. We got that. Don't waste the tweet. Heard a quote. It's 80-20 rule. It's an 80-20 rule. Pepe can do 20% of the work, shooting, etc. ESR Saka can do the 80%, track back, defending, etc. ESR has improved his shooting, though. So Pepe sits. I get that. I think this goes back to what you were saying, Gums, in terms of what you get from a player from an all-round game, looking at it that perspective.
ESR is our most impactful player, man. And just remember I said. Listen, remember what I said at the beginning of the season, yeah?
I remember that, actually. You know what? Yeah, I have to tip my hat to you there, Mr. King, because you were saying that he was more effective. I went for Saka over ESR, but we're splitting hairs on that one. But I would say ESR, for me, he's improved. For me, he's improved a lot this year. The way he just kind of bounces the ball and keeps the ball moving, and then offers that little burst of pace and everything. He's doing bits. I think Gumsy, you was talking about this guy, is it Noah Long?
Oh, I was.
You was.
Noah Long,
yeah. Flipping heck. I heard this as well. We are the Arsenal. Jake, how you doing, sir? Hope you're all good. Not sure if it's true, but I thought Frankie de Jong might be available and Arsenal need another CM for depth and quality. Would you swap it? Yes.
I'd bite their arm off. De Jong is
that one I would say yes to.
I would take that.
I'd bite their arm off.
I'd take that any day.
Yeah.
I'll pack his bags myself, mate. and I don't want him gone like in a hurry. But
I'll start
De
a
Jong is
GoFundMe.
next level, man.
That's what I'll do. I'll start a
I'll
GoFundMe.
buy the flight tickets and everything, man.
Can you imagine De Jong, with Partey or Sambi next to him?
Stop.
Oh Lord! Just tell him just to roam from both boxes, man. Just let him do his
I
thing.
saw the little thing about Frankie de Jong, but I just kept it moving. I thought there's no way or whatever. But hey, could you imagine if that did come off? That would be for me.
You never know. Barcelona is a mad debt. £1 billion.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, because Overmars is his guy, innit? And he played for both clubs. Yeah, so he said that he when he was young, he imagined going to Arsenal first, then Barcelona afterwards. Taking the Overmars.
You can do it in reverse. We're the better team at the moment anyway, so you can do it.
Well,
it's not like he's going backwards coming
That's-
to Arsenal at the moment. So
This is it, man.
Just a quick one, guys. I mean, we're probably saying that we get about 30 would be the ceiling, isn't it? 30, 35 would be the ceiling for Pepe.
At this moment,
I think, yeah. We'll come on to this Big Dogs prediction for Saturday. We'll come to that. Big
Thursday.
Dogs, there's a preview. It'll probably be Thursday night. Yes, Jake, it's good to have you on, sir. Don't waste a tweet. Here we go. When Pepe and Martinelli played in the cup match, I was hoping they would stand out, since many think they deserve more first-team games. Pepe didn't help his cause, and Martinelli still needs time. That's the thing. One thing I'm actually kind of a little bit worried about, if we was to sell Pepe as early as the winter transfer window, Martinelli, I don't think is ready right now to step up and you know what I mean. So, guys, I'm gonna just rattle through this, and we're gonna close up. I can't believe how long we've been going on for. But Lukonga gave a goal. Yeah, he done that against Palace, and he done it nearly against Watford as well, which is
Definitely done more good than harm.
Yeah, of course.
I'll say that much.
Of course, 100%. Arsenal's social media is worse than some of the shit I see from Arsenal fans, which is true. Don't waste the tweet at Big Dogs. That's why Sambi is still a squad player. He gives the ball. Yeah, I mean, after truth be told, Maitland-Niles was the better out of the two in the last game. He's very tidy, very tidy. He has to get holding in somewhere, innit? Yeah. We'll just rattle on through this. Harry didn't play for City. Mari didn't play for City.
Yeah.
He did. I think no, he didn't. I think
we played we played with 5 at the back against City.
Chambers.
Chambers. That's right, because Chambers missed a bloody header, didn't he, in the first goal? For God's sake, for the smallest man on the pitch to score. Frig's sake. Yeah, Chambers holding Klajanek. Oh gosh. Damn. Pepe does one thing well, and that is he affects the game. Neil Dorica. Listen, I agree. He does cause problems. Goals come from when he plays, and it's true that there's a couple of games where we've had problems breaking down teams, especially obviously notably the Norwich game, and it was him who kind of caused havoc where we scored that goal when we wasn't putting up trees or anything. So yeah, Cannons, we've done a poll during the stream. 75% said they'd sell Pepe. Damn, that must be a Twitter. That must be a Twitter poll. 75. That's damning, man. If you can, Mr. Fox, give us the number of how many people actually voted in that. That'd be good. Cheers, Jake. Good night, panel. Yeah, listen, you have a fan there, Mr. King. Guys,
yeah, Big Dogs is one of my loyal ones, man.
We are done. So, listen, man. Coming up this week, listen, we've got Gumza. I can't wait for Gumza's show on Monday, man.
I'm waiting for Gunner King Court.
Yeah, that's what I was coming on to that, bro. Yeah, Gunner King Court's back, right? So listen, we got a good week coming for you guys, man. Gunner King Court's back, where he has all his guests from other channels on. Listen, man, it's good to have it back. also as well. I love watching that because it gives me insight to who we're actually looking for. I don't look at the papers, man. I watch Gunner King's Court to find out who Arsenal are going to.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So what I want to be doing is a preview show where before our up and coming fixtures, I'm doing like a preview show but with a rival fan.
Yeah.
And then in the run up to the transfer window opening now, I want to start the kind of like weighing up like the rumor mill, the players that we've been linked to for any January movements. So yeah, like I think in the next week or two I'll get that started as well.
Wicked. Listen, I'm looking forward to it, man. The content and everything that you guys are bringing out is just absolutely mad. It's consistent. It's just crazy. Listen, we all love Arsenal. Gunner Lex, Gumza, people in the chat room, King. It's been a blessed evening and everything, man. It's been great. Oh gosh. Oh! I forgot actually. Mr. Silver's Fox reaction. He does his FIFA career mode. Oh mate, listen, he lost 4-2 against City, I think. Man, Flippy's 2-2, then it all kind of went to pot. But listen, we've got loads of things coming up from the Armoury TV. All I can say, man, it's just blessed to have everyone watching and you guys on the panel. Until tomorrow. Gunner King Court, is it? Tomorrow? We on tomorrow?
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
Listen, people, you tune into that, man. It's going to be wicked. Then Thursday, we have your reaction. Preview. And then Monday, man. Oh, the breakdown. I can't wait. Do you know what I love about the breakdown? His intro music. It's too smooth. He's the Barry White of streaming.
I'm trying.
Bless, bro. Positive one.
Fingers crossed.
Love that. Guys, take care. We out.
Yes, guys.
Peace.